Good afternoon. We are now joined by Giuseppe Papa, the Marketing Director of Primigi, a very well established company in Italy as well. Giuseppe, thank you very much indeed for taking the time.
For inviting me.
It's very good to have you here. Can you just give us a quick rundown on Primigi, a company which has been, very long in the Italian and worldwide market? Give us a bit of an update where you stand, where the company stands, what has been achieved over the last 12 months, etc.
Okay, I will try to concentrate in few words because the story of the company is a story of 40 years, because the brand was founded in 1976 and it was immediately a big success because our company has been always specialized in children's shoes, and this is the beginning. This was the beginning, and this is still the main object of our business. But of course, then during the years, we enlarged a lot our activities. So comparing to the beginning, where we started to sell our shoes to independent shops, now the story has completely changed because we now produce as well always children's shoes, for which we are market leader in Italy because we produce a lot of shoes. And actually 10 years ago we started also to enlarge our business to clothes. So, and together to this we started a franchising project. So comparing to 2007, which was the year in which we started our clothes and franchising project, now we count 330 shops, flagship shops in Italy, and 30 shops around Europe mainly. So our goal is always to give the best service to parents and children, because the family is our target, giving the best product in terms of quality price ratio, with the fashion, content, etc. But always keeping in mind that we are producing products for children, so with special attention to all the features of a product for children must have.
Yes. So 40 years is a very long time indeed. And you've mentioned that obviously the retail situation has changed. You now have these franchises and shops, especially across Europe. Obviously we see how the retail sector is changing. There are differences between the countries, and Italy. How would you gauge the state of the stationery retail in Italy? Is it stable? Is it suffering from online sales? Are there new ideas that shop owners try out? How would you analyze the situation?
It's a very complicated situation because I think that in Italy we have a mix of almost everything, past and the future together mixed. There are still traditional retailers, independent retailers, which are very good customers for us, and we have many of them still as our own customers. But as I mentioned, we have our own shops, franchising shops. Then there are chains as well. So there are very, very different types of situation, all living together somehow. So it's surely a situation which is changing daily, with the extremely different position, starting from the independent shops up to the mega chains shops, and also living together with our own franchising shops. So I don't know which the future will be actually. We are trying to, and also there are online
Yes, certainly. I just wanted to ask, you cooperate obviously with the big e-commerce players.
we do not have our own business direct on the web, but we do sell to web dealer. So also, because when you are a brand, luckily we are a brand, doesn't matter where you buy it. The main point is trying to give a good service, a good quality, a good ratio between price and quality. And of course, you have also to have in mind that there are many different ways to buy today, and they live together, all together. One is not excluding the other. So we are trying to serve all our different customers, web customers, chain customers, our franchising shops, trying to give the best service and the best product. That's very important.
You are obviously, and you have been for a long time, in charge of marketing. Do you look at other industries in order to get some ideas how to reach, this very online-orientated target group? You are targeting women, basically, mothers of children, between, let's say, beginning of their 20s and their 30s, i.e. a target group that's highly internet affine and very well versed with, dealing with all these different channels. Have you noticed that, certain channels, social media, Facebook, whatever, are good for you and others less important? Are you still using in Italy or overseas traditional channels and their websites? So how do you try to structure things?
I'm trying to do my best. I mean,
I'm sure.
Of course, I have in mind what is new on the market, and I try to push inside the company a changing of cultures. It's not always easy because we are very, very experienced in producing and producing, and the company invests a lot of money on quality and on control the quality. Marketing, okay, is very important, but we do our choices step by step. So which I try to enlarge our business and to recommend inside the company how it's important and how would it be important to introduce new types of marketing and new types of sales as well. But at the same time, we have to control very tightly the production chains and to invest in a lot of money also there. So we are trying to change step by step. So we are not pushing too much on marketing strategies because we do want to have the control of our productive policies.
It's you mentioned right at the beginning that Primigi, you said happily, is a brand.
Yes.
So, and that is indeed very important. That's one of the main assets, that you have a brand that is well known. And therefore I understand that, when you do something, you really do it step by step and in a very considered way. Still, you need to make sure that this brand is visible to your target groups. And that is a challenge nowadays when this target group is being inundated by, many information platforms, etc. So if you would advise another company what they should focus on, what would you say? In terms of branding and making the brand visible to the target group?
We are starting a new program, especially on the new social media. We are just brand new. We started just last year. We opened a new official account on Facebook, a new official account on Instagram, and a new official account on YouTube.
Okay.
But we are starting to do something on that side and checking as well and surveying what to are the best choices that we have to do in the next 5 years, let me say. I know that it could seem a little slow from our side because target is always changing, but we are starting from a base very stable in Italy, where our awareness is very high. Everyone knows Primigi, and we are trying to use the social media and the new media, especially on those markets where we do not have the chance to spend a lot of money on traditional advertising. So we are doing tests on other countries first, because that could be more efficient for us.
Yes, interesting. Coming back to the product side, footwear obviously is extremely important, but you now have garments. How big is the garments division within Primigi roughly? Is it already 30% or something like that, or well, just for us to?
We could say that considering that the garments and clothes at the moment are sold mainly in Italy, we could say that the business is, let me say, 25% comparing to the rest.
Yeah.
Because anyway, we do sell a lot of clothes, but only in Italy.
Yes,
so
okay.
the rest of the business is made from footwear.
Yes,
And,
okay.
So it's much more important because we sell shoes in Italy, but also abroad.
Export is important. Which are the most important export markets for you?
Yeah, so obviously export is very important for us. Europe is Europe. So we do sell our shoes all over Europe and also in other main eastern countries, Russia, and also in the USA, and also in big cities of the Middle East, and also extreme Far East. I mean, the big cities of China and Tokyo, Singapore, etc.
So it's a pretty global presence already.
Yeah, let me say yes.
Yeah, but
Mainly Europe, of course.
Yes. But that's I think that is one of the important points, that the closer the markets are, obviously the easier it is to export products there, which obviously is something that will occupy many people in Britain over the next few years because of Brexit, etc. Because it's not so easy to replace these markets which are in your immediate vicinity with markets which are far away. So the focus on Europe makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
Primigi is based in Italy, but you produce all over the world as well. How do you manage logistics? Is that easy? Are there problems? Do you produce, for instance, in Turkey? There have been problems over the years. What's the situation there?
This is not actually my job.
No, certainly not. Yes.
So I do leave this kind of headaches to my colleagues. But in any case, of course, we produce all over the world, but mainly in Europe, where we have our own plants in Bulgaria and also in Tunisia.
I see.
Our own plants, yes. And then we produce also in some other countries like Turkey, but we buy fabrics from there. Then we assemble also in Italy, but mainly in Europe we produce. Just a little part of our shoes production is made in Far East, but we are talking about a small part, just of sneakers, which are that kind of product is specialized in that kind of countries, but other products are made from Italian materials, exported in the production plants and then re-imported in Italy.
I see.
If we are talking about footwear, clothes all around Europe.
Final question. Here at Pitti, is this mainly a trade fair for you to present your new ranges, etc., or do you actually take orders as well?
Both, yes.
Yeah.
We are back to Pitti after a few years where we just decided to stop for a while. Now we know that Pitti is becoming again interesting for people coming from abroad to see Italian production, Italian companies, etc. People from Russia, from eastern countries. So then we decided that it was a good moment to be back and let the people see how we changed also in a few years, especially on clothes, which is not a new business, but we now, after 10 years, our starting, we consider that our collections are very, very interesting now, much more, of course, than in the beginning. In the very beginning. Shoes are always our shoes, so that's the main point of our business.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed, Giuseppe.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.